Hello everybody and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing, where today the 2004 NASCAR season kicks off with the Budweiser Shootout. It is 35 laps, a two-segment race. Segment 1 ends on lap 10, or if we have a caution that runs over lap 10, that will be the caution that will count as the segment end, and then it'll be 25 laps to the finish. On the pole is Jeff Gordon with Tony Stewart second, Dale Earnhardt Jr. third, Jamie McMurray fourth, and Elliott Sadler fifth. You can see the entire starting grid on the side of your screen right now. Let's go to the green flag at Daytona for the start of the 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup season. Pace car ducks into pit road. Jeff Gordon leads us to green in the 2004 Budweiser Shootout. Green flag is in the air, and Tony Stewart got a really good jump off the line. They're pretty even as they go into turn number 1. Already Dave Blaney making it 3 wide. It's Gordon and Stewart side by side through turn number 1. Look at Earnhardt. Earnhardt giving Gordon a big push there. And that's going to allow Gordon to get up into the lead as they go down the backstretch. Gordon clears Stewart, blocking Earnhardt though. Earnhardt going for second on Tony Stewart, then Elliott Sadler for third on Stewart. And that entire top lane is getting destroyed right now by Stewart's lack of pace. Coming down to end lap number 1 of the new Nextel Cup season. Jeff Gordon's your leader, Dale Jr. behind him. Elliott Sadler trying to make a move for second. They all go inside. McMurray trying to find a way around Tony Stewart. Here goes Johnson to the bottom. Battle for third, Jimmy Johnson, Gordon's teammate, and Elliott Sadler driving for Robert Yates Racing. It's 2 Chevrolets out front. And all in all, the top 10, or top 5 at the moment, made up by 4 Chevrolets. They're in the lead and they're doing very well. Lap 2 is complete. Jeff Gordon's your leader, and here goes Johnson on Earnhardt. And maybe even Harvick on Johnson. Johnson to the inside of Earnhardt. Junior's getting passed by Jimmy. And now Jimmy's going for the lead. Look at this big run that Jimmy Johnson has on his teammate Jeff Gordon. And it's a Chevrolet battle up front. Hendrick battle up front. Jimmy Johnson to the lead in the Bud Shootout. To end lap number 3, it'll be Johnson and Harvick, followed by Jeremy Mayfield and Jeff Gordon. Gordon got loose there, and here goes Harvick. Harvick to the inside. Look at this. Kevin Harvick, with help from Jeremy Mayfield, is going to the lead at Daytona. And all of those Chevys just moved to the outside lane, which, as we saw at the start with Tony Stewart, was not the place to be. Now Harvick goes up to block the outside. That leaves Jeremy Mayfield a spot on the inside lane, and here he goes. A Dodge challenging a Chevrolet. Jeremy Mayfield is going to lead, and that unsponsored number 23 behind him, that's Dave Blaney, who lost his ride over the offseason at Jasper Motorsports to Brendan Gaughan. We'll have more on that as Speed Weeks continues, but right now, Dave Blaney is going for the lead. Lap 5 at the end of this lap will be halfway through segment number 1 here at Daytona. Dave Blaney out front in his Dodge. Then it's the two MB2 Motorsports cars who started on the back row. Now they're up to second and third. The 01 is Boris Said. The 10 is Mike Skinner. Those aren't going to be the drivers for the Daytona 500, however. The 01 will be occupied by Joe Nemechek. The 10, which is driven by Mike Skinner right now is going for the lead, will be driven by Scott Riggs in the Daytona 500, and it will be driven by Riggs in the Daytona 500 Bud Pole qualifying. That is happening tomorrow. We'll give you the update on that as we have our Gatorade Duels, as we have our Gatorade 125s broadcast. Here goes Ryan Newman to the bottom with help from fellow Dodge Bill Elliott. Elliott's going to a part-time ride in that Evernham number 91 car. This is one of his select few races that'll be running in what is basically an Evernham R&D car. Here comes Dale Jarrett to make it 3 wide for second. And Jarrett's got a huge run. Look at that. Now just about 4 laps to go in the stage. Dale Jarrett with help from Jimmy Johnson on the bottom going for the lead. Bill Elliott splitting in the middle but doesn't have much help. Jimmy's pushing the 88 Ford. Now here goes Johnson as Rusty trying to make it 4 wide down the backstretch. Jimmy's going for the lead, I think. Yes, he does on Dale Jarrett. Off the corner, turn number 4. Here they come to the line. It's going to be Jimmy Johnson leading, 3 laps to go in segment number 1 in the Bud Shootout. Look at Rusty Wallace in the number 2 Dodge trying to make a good run. And he's got one riding that yellow line on the bottom of the banking. He's got help from Mark Martin. And Rusty driving for third. Here goes Bill Elliott for the lead. It'll be 2 to go in the stage when they cross the line here. But who's going to be the leader when that happens? Bill Elliott to the front at Daytona. Something you haven't heard in a while. 3/100ths of a second was the gap. Johnson trying to stay cool on the outside lane. But Elliott on the inside with minimal help. Here comes the second Dodge. That is Rusty Wallace. The Blue Deuce moving up into the middle lane. Elliott trying to get help from him. He does. Oh, but Rusty's going up the track. That's going to allow Bobby Labonte to make a run 3 wide. And here they come. It'll be the white flag in segment number 1 in the Budweiser Shootout. Bill Elliott is the leader. Race control puts out the caution. It was dead even at the line, less than 100th of a second. Caution has been put out. They are racing back to the line. Look at Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte trying to make a move for the lead 3 wide down the backstretch. Does he have enough momentum? Does he have a good enough push from Jamie McMurray? Johnson drove it in, trying to get clear. Here comes the other Chevrolet. On the bottom, Bobby Labonte. Johnson and Labonte split Bill Elliott. 3 wide for the lead into the Tri-Oval. Who's going to lead the race? Who's going to win segment 1? Bobby Labonte. By 1/100th of a second over Jimmy Johnson and 3/100ths over Bill Elliott wins segment 1 at Daytona. Race isn't over just yet. Labonte going down. These drivers will probably take the pit opportunity, but we will have to see. There goes Labonte trying to get to the front. He'll pass Elliott. Elliott will go back to third. These caution mechanics here aren't exactly the best, but, well, you got to work with what you got. Who was at the back? That was Jeff Green in the number 43. He was miles back, just lost the draft, it seems. And now we'll fast forward until the pit stop so we can give you a good idea of who comes out where, who took what, who took 2 tires, who took 4 tires, who took just fuel, and what the changes are. We'll be there in just a moment. When I said just a moment, I thought we'd have to cut it, but here comes everybody down pit road. We'll switch to spectator cam to get a wider view of the field here. Never mind. Ooh, look at that. There goes Jim Jam and Jimmy. And there goes Jamie McMurray. Here we go. There's Gordon. Jimmy's out. McMurray's out. Jamie McMurray wins the race off pit road. And we'll look at this. Wow, Labonte got messed up. Screwed over by his pit crew there. You'll see Stewart's in for a while there. But Jamie McMurray has won the race off pit road. Johnson, Wallace, Elliott, and Sadler. With Jarrett, Skinner, Martin, Newman, and Harvick. Your top 10 after the pit stops. But that could change. That could change in just a flick of the switch at Daytona. We'll go to the starting grid, or we'll go back to green in just a moment. Pace car is in. Jamie McMurray leads Jimmy Johnson and Rusty Wallace. We are back green in the Bud Shootout. McMurray with a good jump. Rusty's going for second on Jimmy Johnson. Already some cars peeking out. Just a stat, Bobby Labonte went from 1st to 12th. He went from leading to, from before the pit stops to 12th position after the pit stops. You can see him in that green Interstate Batteries car all the way in the back. We're watching this small pack here. Cars from 2nd to 6th position. Jamie McMurray is your leader as they come off of corner number 4. Field getting spread out dramatically. McMurray will be your leader as we end lap number 15 of 35. We have 20 laps to go in the Bud Shootout. Johnson now going for the lead on McMurray. Jimmy Johnson going for the lead on Jamie McMurray. Chevy v. Dodge out front. And this is the battle of who you want to choose in the dealership. Whoa, Mark Martin almost got turned. Saw that out of the corner of my eye. Wow. Jeez, that was close. I don't think there's been any trouble just yet on the track, but I feel like Martin made contact at the line. Who led that lap? McMurray by 1/100th of a second. Wow. Very, very close. It doesn't get closer than here on Daytona or on Talladega over in Alabama. But right here, the crown jewel. If you want to be a name in stock car racing, you need to win here. Jimmy Johnson's done that. Jamie McMurray's trying to do that. A couple of these guys have already done it multiple times. Lap 18 of 35 begins right now. Jamie McMurray still your leader. He widened the gap to 0.02 of a second, but Jimmy Johnson is still there. Look at Jeff Gordon with that inside lane, sending it 3 wide for that is 5th position, and he is not stopping on the inside lane. Linking up with Rusty Wallace and Jimmy Johnson. Gordon going for 2nd. Or sorry, that's for 3rd. Wallace up into the middle. Johnson doesn't have much help, but now he's got his teammate, Jeff Gordon. And Gordon just got a huge push from Tony Stewart. Gordon's going for the lead. Incredible. A great job by Jeff Gordon to go for the lead now at Daytona. 3 wide. It's McMurray at the line. This time by 0.03 on Johnson, 0.05 on Gordon. And now Gordon takes the place of his teammate Jimmy Johnson and is going for the lead. Can he clear him? Jeff Gordon to the lead at Daytona on lap 19 of 35. "17 laps to go in the Budweiser Shootout here at Daytona, the kickoff to a new season of NASCAR racing. 20 of the fastest from last year. Pole winners, former winners of this race. That's the only way you can get in. Lap 20 of 35. 16 laps to go. Jeff Gordon is in the lead. Tony Stewart and Jamie McMurray beside them, 3 deep behind those two battling for 2nd. And I think they have to make at least one more pit stop, maybe, in this race. We'll have to see. They're probably holding out for a caution. About 20 laps you can make on fuel here. And there are 15 laps to go, but keep in mind that they all pitted on around lap 11 or so. So that means they've already used up around 10 or 11 laps of their fuel. Stewart going high side on McMurray, ducking down back low. Johnson trying to catch up to this lead pack. Mike Skinner is behind him. Down low goes Stewart. Going for 2nd on Jamie McMurray. Jeff Gordon's the leader, exactly what he wants to see, because then these two are too busy infighting. They won't have any chance to fight against Jeff Gordon. And now, with 14 laps to go, Jeff Gordon is still your leader. The gap at the line between him and Stewart, 0.15 of a second. You can see it on the top right of your screen at the moment, along with the entire top 10. Look at this, side by side, all throughout, except for your leader, who has a bit of a gap. But here comes Tony Stewart. A great run, a great push by Mike Skinner. Does he have enough momentum? Not at the moment. Gordon blocks him. But he's still trying to make that car as wide as possible, trying to block 2 lanes. Stewart's down low. Gordon high side. Does he have the momentum? Yes, he does. Tony Stewart going for the lead, and on the inside lane, it's just too easy in the turns. Tony Stewart to the lead, but he can't just clear Jeff Gordon just yet. And Gordon's still got a nose on him. How about that? 13 laps to go at Daytona. Unlucky number 13. All 20 cars still in a pack. Stewart still your leader. Harvick making it 3 wide for 3rd with Skinner and McMurray. Now it'll be a Chevrolet Three Chevrolets out front. Wallace and Terry Labonte, they are working together to move up. But unfortunately, they just seem too far back. Rusty was all the way right on that yellow line. Here comes Kevin Harvick trying to make a move on Tony Stewart. 11 laps to go in the Bud Shootout. Jeff Gordon still your leader. Tony Stewart in second. They almost go 3 wide for second. Well, at the line, it was actually McMurray by less than 100th of a second. It for second position on Tony Stewart. Look at Dale Jr. Can he make up positions? He's got about 10 laps or 11 and a half laps to go to do it. Here goes Harvick. 3 wide for second position, and that made Gordon's mirror view even better. For him, at least. Stewart blocks Harvick, but these guys are still side by side for second, and now we have 10 laps to go. Can Tony just get a good shove from either Mike Skinner or Kevin Harvick behind him? There he goes. Stewart to second. Can he block him? No, he can't. He moved up a bit too early. That might allow Harvick to try and make a move. Or does Stewart block him? No, he doesn't. He almost runs into Jamie McMurray, and that's allowed Kevin Harvick on the bottom to go and try and get second. They are 3 wide now. And we got cars pitting. Jeremy Mayfield and Elliott Sadler are pitting. Less than 10 laps to go. 9 to go to be exact. And we should see a pit cycle here. Green flag pit stops under the lights at Daytona. Harvick lost ground there. Stewart, he's got him cleared. Who's going to come to pit road? Harvick's coming. Gordon, your leader is coming. Stewart is staying out. It's about half the field staying out for another lap, and then about half the field coming in. You can see those cars, and then those little specks in the distance. We'll watch who gets the race off pit road. Gordon has the first pit stall here. He won the pole. That's how your pit selection is determined. There he is. Jeff Gordon has pulled in. There goes Schrader past. Gordon easily has it. Then it's Harvick, Labonte, Newman, and then Mark Martin. Maybe Jeff Green. Green got Martin. And now we're going to go ahead and go back here. And now, all right, here we go. Is Stewart staying out? Stewart is pushing it for a while. And now we have just about 7 laps to go. Jamie McMurray leading this pack, which has come down pit road. There you go. McMurray's in his pit stall. Let's watch who wins this race off pit road. Johnson's out. McMurray's out. Here goes Wallace. McMurray, Wallace, Labonte, and then that is Boris Said driving. Now here we are. Is Stewart coming in? Stewart isn't coming in. Junior's coming in. Skinner's coming in. We have to watch Tony Stewart here out front to see when he is coming in. 6 laps to go. He's pushing his luck. Or maybe he just has a more economic engine. But Bobby Labonte's got the same engine. And Labonte came into pit. Here he comes on some lap traffic. I don't think it'll be a problem. He's got to pit this time or next. Here he goes. Stewart's pitting. Tony Stewart and Bill Elliott are both pitting. It'll be 5 to go when Stewart crosses the line here. He pulls into his pit stall, the second behind Gordon's. Just fueling up, no tires. Out he goes. Jarrett is a lapped car. But now we have to watch. Here comes Kevin Harvick. And Harvick should be the leader if he passes Stewart. Can Stewart get to the commitment line? There they go past the number 91 of Bill Elliott. 5 laps to go. New leader, Kevin Harvick. Maybe not just yet. Here they go. Stewart's on the inside line. New leader, Kevin Harvick. Oh, Rusty had to slow. Stewart held up Rusty. Mike Skinner, new leader, 4 laps to go here at the line. New leader, number 10, Mike Skinner, 4 laps to go. Look at Jamie McMurray on the bottom. He's going to try and go for second. Is he there? Yes, he is on Gordon. Gordon and Mike Skinner, your top 2, then side by side for positions 3 through 6 behind. McMurray going for third, an almighty shove from Jimmy Johnson behind him. It'll be 3 laps to go. Can Gordon make a move on Mike Skinner in the number 10 MBV Motorsports car? Gordon's going to the inside. Down to the inside goes Gordon. He's going for the lead with just about 2.5 laps to go. They're coming up on lap traffic. That's the 88 of Dale Jarrett. How will they handle it? Because in this game, lap traffic do not pull down. You have to race them. Skinner is still out front. Jamie McMurray is now in second in his number 42 Dodge. Here comes Johnson on the outside. But that lap traffic is going to change everything. Tony Stewart has joined the party. Here goes McMurray for the lead. All right. Which lane does Jarrett choose? Jarrett chooses the outside. Skinner, Harvick, and Tony Stewart are going to get held up. Jamie McMurray out front. The white flag will be displayed when he gets to the line. Jimmy Johnson in second. Jeff Gordon third. Dale Jr. fourth. Tony Stewart is in 5th position. White flag is out for Jamie McMurray. He has a 0.3 of a second lead on Jimmy Johnson. Johnson's got 2 corners and a backstretch to go. He's on the inside. He's got a good run. Jimmy Johnson going for the lead, and can he get it? Dale Jr.'s going to try and help him. Jr.'s a bit too far back. Gordon is there. Jimmy Johnson to the lead. 2 more corners to go. Here comes Jr. Can Dale Jr. make a move? Off the final corner. Jr. to the inside. Johnson to the outside. Making it back to the line to win the Bud Shootout. Who's it going to be? Johnson. Jimmy Johnson by 0.02 of a second wins the Budweiser Shootout. Wow. What a race. What a finish. Tony Stewart comes third. Jamie McMurray fourth. Jeff Gordon 5th. The top 5 separated by just 17 hundredths of a second. That's the kind of racing you see here at Daytona. And the winner is Jimmie Johnson from California, the number 48 driver for Hendrick Motorsports in his 3rd year with the team. Opens off the season with a bang in the Budweiser Shootout. Does that luck carry over to the Gatorade 125s? Does it carry over to Daytona 500 qualifying tomorrow? And does it carry over to the Great American Race, the Daytona 500? We will have to see. But for now, the race is complete. We are done from the Budweiser Shootout and from Daytona International Speedway. Let's take a look at your top 10 in the results for just a moment here. Jimmie Johnson finishes 1st. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2nd. Tony Stewart in 3rd. Jamie McMurray 4th. Jeff Gordon comes 5th. Kevin Harvick 6th. Rusty Wallace 7th. Terry Labonte 8th. Mike Skinner 9th. Ryan Newman in 10th position. Top 9 positions separated by just under 1 second. Then a big drop to Newman, who is 4.2 seconds back. Labonte, who led, then dropped to 12th. After the first segment caution, comes 11th. Dave Blaney comes 12th. Elliott Sadler comes 13th. Boris Said in the 01 comes 14th. Mark Martin comes 15th. Bill Elliott comes 16th. Jeremy Mayfield comes 17th. Jeff Green comes 18th. Ken Schrader comes 19th. And Dale Jarrett comes 20th. 1 lap down. That's it from Daytona. Thank you all for watching. The 2004 Budweiser Shootout has been a presentation of Mad Dog Matt Sports.